Hey guys, my name is Lenny, and today I got a new update for you. I've been working a lot on the game, and I have cut out my old game engine, and I have inserted or used the Libgdx framework. It's been rough, rough time. I've been having a rough time trying to figure things out because it's a new framework for me, and there are things that kinda messed up my game. Well, let's start with this screen. I have added game menu. Only these buttons work, start and exit. If you press exit, it just kills the game. You can start the game. It's generating the map right now, and I'm already in the game. Just to get this stuff going, it took me like 2 weeks or a month, because back then I used to draw stuff from the top left corner, as in Java 2D. Unfortunately, with Libgdx you cannot use Java 2D. Libgdx is built on Java 2D, so you need to use like higher level of access. And unfortunately, it draws from the bottom left corner, like OpenGL. It's the reason is fairly simple. It supports 3D stuff, so it makes kind of sense that in 3D you got your y-axis starting from the bottom going up, and it also makes sense that it follows OpenGL style of rendering. Unfortunately for me, that kinda broke my game totally. I had to rework all the stuff that displays all the background objects, even the backpack. Just moving the backpack around the screen and stuff, nothing worked. Also, these bars are just temporary. It's just to display some stuff, and then I'm gonna work on the graphics for them. So it's been fun. It's been really rough to get this going. Fortunately, I have learned how to use the textures, texture regions, animations, and all the stuff from Libgdx. The camera options, input processors, a lot of stuff. And now I got the core of the game working. There's still a lot of stuff that's not working. You can chop trees, you can gather stuff from the game, you can craft. No, you cannot craft. Yeah, the craft book is still work in progress. I need to rework all the recipes just to make sure they are gonna work. I need to rework the graphics for it, or just the controls for the craft book. But the backpack is working. You can drop items, you can pick them up, you can chop things up, you can open the character sheet. I have added this little menu. Again, no graphics like frame around it or whatever, just a few buttons. These few buttons took me around 2 hours to make. It's been really painful, and I still don't like how the backpack looks, but at least you can find a lot of examples of these objects on the internet, so you can for me it's incredibly difficult to pick colors. And if I can see something that I like on the internet, I can use some of the colors that I like, and then just try to draw the objects. They are not perfect, but they are mine, and I'm proud of them. But again, it's still work in progress. You can close those inventories. I think backpack is bugged. Yeah, when you close it, it just moves somewhere else, because there's one condition that's not really checking the location of the backpack, and it's probably putting it somewhere around here, like below the screen, so I cannot actually see it. One of the problems with different y-axis. But hey, the character sheet is working properly. Craft book is not working. Options is working actually. You can pause and resume the game. Yeah, and that's about it. That's all the stuff I have added. But right now the goal is to get the game going so it works like it used to work before. And so far I've been pretty successful. I think I'm like half there, and then when I catch up with my old progress, I can continue and add more stuff, create new stuff, and fix more bugs, I guess. So about the code, how do you use libgdx? So I have removed my old engine. I have restructured the project. I'm trying to, well, when you got a class that has a lot of lines, it's really hard to maintain. So my original like main class that ran the game, I have used that for my game screen class here. I'm slowly reworking all the rendering stuff. The day-night cycle is not working. I think a lot of stuff is not working. The tooltips, like those little signs when you're building stuff, not working. You cannot build stuff right now, but I'm getting there. And this class used to have like over 2k lines of code, and I've cut that up, removed all the unnecessary stuff, and I've split it. So right now this class mostly just renders and sets up the map. The map setup or map gen is actually in a different class, but you start up the process of generating the map from here, right here. That's the map gen. I had to learn how to use the camera for libgdx. So with libgdx I'm not actually translating, I'm just moving the camera around, following the character, which was easier. You can actually translate, but this is easier for me. And here you can see the issues with flipped y-axis. You need to make sure you're drawing the stuff in a correct position, so in order to see the actual screen. About new stuff, yeah, this is totally new, the main menu screen, and it's pretty fun to work with libgdx because it's based on its core concept is like a theater play. You got this stage, and on the stage you can have actors, you can have let's say this screen is like one of the stages, I guess. One screen actually have multiple stages, so it's kind of confusing, but for this example, let's say this is my theater, one of them. Well, let's say this is the play, because in theater you can have many plays, and in my theater, in my game, I got 2 plays. That's the game screen and main menu screen. I might be saying this wrong, but the core concept is like this. So we get this play, and for the stage I create actors. Those actors are buttons for the main menu, which you can see right here. So I'm creating those actors right here, and I'm adding them to the stage. Those actors can act, they can do stuff, and for these actors they actually have only listeners. These listen for button clicks, and if you click the button it actually does some stuff. You can see there's a lot of kind of debugging or information for me what's happening. I'm just making sure that what I did, what I clicked is really that start button and nothing's wrong. This button is actually a little bit tricky because you're like creating it based on some conditions. This is more simple, it does nothing because loading the game and settings is not working. right here I'm registering stuff that processes input. The thing is, you get these buttons and they process their inputs all by themselves. So you're using like the default settings for them, but you need to have the ability to use escape in the game to switch to the settings or the game menu. And from the game menu you want to use escape just to get back into the game. Usually you don't want to spend time with moving your mouse and pressing the resume game. I usually prefer escape. So in order to register escape for the game menu, I had to add multiple like input processors, and you can actually prioritize some of them. This processor is prioritized over this one for the buttons, and all it does, it listens to the escape key. When you release the escape key, you press it and then you release it, and then it triggers the switch between those screens, between plays. So you're switching from a main menu to the game. And the reason why I'm returning true here is that the second processor won't have chance to process that event, which is good. That's what you want. But for the other inputs, you just want to pass all of them to the other input processor, so you return false. That's the trick in the input processor. What else is new? Lot of stuff. It's just too huge for me to cover in one short session. I've removed the old image factory, and it's been replaced with texture factory, which returns textures and texture regions. Texture regions are used to process animations or create animations. So right here I'm telling the method just to cut up the image into specific like tiles or texture regions, I guess, and then you can animate them. Typically it's like you got a character image with a lot of movement images, so you create animation from that by just cutting it up with this little thingy. This trick I really like. You just name the file in such a way that it understands how you should split it up later on. So I'm actually telling it the width and height, and then you can split it easily and make the animation. I think I've got all the image stuff from the project. I take that back. I thought I've cut out all the stuff, but this is still remaining. I no longer need these methods. Transparency is being done in a different way. Let's see. There we go. You just set a transparent color for the drawing, and then you draw the texture. The transparent color is declared somewhere along the way. Where are you? Really? There we go. And that's the transparency. So I no longer need support methods for transparency, rotation and stuff. I got them just from Libgdx or from how Libgdx work. That's why this tree is transparent. And I no longer need the transparent image for the tree. I used that before to speed up the rendering. Right now it's working pretty well without it. Also drawing stuff is much easier. There you can see that I am drawing the texture like manually, but I'm slowly switching to a different way of drawing stuff. There we go. For objects, I can actually call the draw method, because my game object extends the actor class. Actor has many convenient methods, but I'm mostly using only the draw method. There's some problem with the name, alright. Missing override. There we go, the draw method. And there you can do just whatever. This is this draws the object. This is just unnecessary, but I had a different boolean for it, but then I just didn't really want to bother with different booleans for different debug options, so I have used only one debug option. This draws the object location, and the rest draws a green frame around the object. So it's like the old debug plus you can see the location. This debug option can be pretty taxing for the rendering, so it's not really a good idea to use it, but it still gives me around 45-40 FPS, which is not bad given I'm rendering a lot of stuff. So that's the new way I'm rendering stuff. What else? Animations, I guess. Let's check out the character, which is most complex object for animations. So animations, there's a little trick to them. You can use animations from Libgdx. They are based on the texture regions, and you no longer have to measure time. Libgdx measures the time for you. That's the state time, and it's connected to the delta time from the game. So yeah, I'm not gonna explain what delta is because I will probably mess up, but it's just something that helps you render stuff. It's accessible from the render method, and you can base your animations on it. It changes with time, so as you can see here, I'm deciding, well, I'm just asking which direction is the character facing, and if it's facing one of those directions, I'm loading up different animations, and then I'm using the animation to draw the correct frame based on the state time. This is much simpler than what I used to do. I had to work with time myself. I had to kinda, yeah, you probably understand that I had to do everything manually. Right now I got classes, methods that are helping me with all the dirty stuff, I guess. One thing to note, the speed of the animation is in a different class right now, and is based on this variable. Nope, that's probably in a different class. Never mind. I've already moved it somewhere else, I guess. There's a variable that tells the animation how fast it should be drawn. And I'm not sure what it is. It's just a float on somewhere. I think it's on the load up. It's somewhere. Ah, damn. Oh yeah, that's this one. So when I'm chopping trees and there's the progress bar above my head, I want the axe to go slower, because if it was only 0.1, it was really fast. My character is moving in 0.1, but this animation, if it was moving in 0.1, it will just chop, and I didn't like the animation. So this is where you set up the speed, which is probably not the best way to do this. if you want like different options for the speed. But you can probably set up or change the speed of the animation if you need to. Let's see. Can I actually change the speed? Yeah, I think that's it. Is it? Frame duration? Yeah, that should be it. Yep, frame duration. Alright, so what else is new? I really like the structure of the project. It's really more convenient. It's easier to work with because I find things much faster than I used to. Especially in the game screen class, it was pretty clustered, and I was really unhappy about it. Well, yeah, and I had to pause right here because I was questioned in real life. And right now I don't know what I was talking about. I guess about the new stuff. Well, that's probably the core of the stuff that I have changed. It's been pretty difficult. It's been pretty rough. But finally things are starting to work, and I have fixed most of the bugs. There's still the bug with backpack, and there's probably a bunch more that I don't know about. This is the animation for the animal. I'm actually not using the images class for flipping. I just created new tile sets. Is it a tile set? Just new images for all the animal animations. I have collected. Well, I used to have like for rabbit there was, I don't know, 4 files for the simple animation, and I had to load all of them and then connect them into the animation. Right now I got one file that has all the sub images, I guess, and it's easier to maintain. I'm slowly working towards that direction because I still have a few animations that are split into separate folders. I think some of the forges and the kiln, so I'll have to work on that. But then I can use it with Libgdx much more easily, I guess, and in a much more convenient way. Well, I guess I could talk about what's next, what I'd like to do with the game. What I'd like to do is to catch up with my old progress, because cutting out my old engine and using a different one is a little bit tougher than I expected. Well, actually, I wanted to add Libgdx to the game twice before, and twice before I have decided not to, because I felt like it's impossible. It will be too much work. And then one day I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop the progress no matter what. I'm gonna improve the core of the game. The reason is that if you get the core going well, if it's like easily readable, if it's easy to work with, it's much easier to develop more stuff. You like the code, you like to work with it, so there's the motivation that's gonna help you move towards some progress. About the new stuff, I guess there's gonna be very little new stuff. I'm gonna be repairing the craft book, fixing the backpack bug. I'm gonna be making sure that I can build stuff, I can craft stuff. Then I'm gonna go to instancing. I'm gonna fix instances, how they are rendered, how they are dealt with. I'm gonna fix all the like instance entrances, like doors from the house, entrance from the caves. And when I'm done with all that, I'm gonna go to crafting from workbenches, like when you build the forge and you mine some ore and then you want to smelt the ore, you're gonna be able to finally. And I think with that I should catch up with my progress, and I can start adding new stuff like talents. I'd like to have some sort of talents in the game. You're gonna have skills. Skills are gonna be increased by, well, based on the actions you're gonna do. So if you hunt a lot, you're gonna be very proficient with like throwing weapons or weapons in general, with butchering, with other skills related to hunting. But you're gonna suck at like building stuff or tailoring or whatever. So you need to kind of work on all the skills, but also you need to work on your talents, which are gonna be, let's see, if you craft a lot, you're gonna be able to pick a talent that enables you to craft from the surroundings. So like a proximity crafting, which I've seen in Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. That's a really good idea. So without the talent, you're only gonna be able to craft from your backpack. With the talent, you're gonna be able to craft from everything around you in some, like, up till some distance, like build distance, which is around this frame around the character, and it's gonna search through all the containers and ground, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you can get all the resources for the stuff you want to craft, you can craft it. That's just one of the things I like to add to the game, to make it more interesting, I guess, because in every RPG I really like to have the sense of a progress, and if you got skills plus talents, that's a good way to measure your progress. Plus you're gonna have some sort of a feedback or a different kind of progress with the stuff you build. So I'm still looking forward to building NPC houses, capturing NPCs, or bribing or just hiring NPCs, or saving them. But I'm mostly looking towards capturing NPCs. Like, you decide to, I don't know, you want a cook, and there's a village nearby where they got a decent cook, so you set up a trap, catch her, and then you just haul her to your village or settlement, and then you just chain her up in your kitchen, and then you can use her as a cook. Well, yeah, you can do, you're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff. I wanted to have a lot of freedom in the game, but I also want to add stuff like stuff that's gonna kill you. So raids that I talked about, I mean wolves, I mean if you capture someone or steal someone from a village, you're probably gonna piss them off and they are gonna try to get back at you. Or you can catch a flu, or you can get poisoned by bees, or I don't know, giant spiders, or whatever I'm gonna add to the game. I'd also like to add different animal behavior. Right now there are two behaviors, one is flee, one is attack. This one is attack. It's gonna follow me, stop at certain intervals, just to give you the chance to escape. And for the boar, I'd like to add charge mechanic. So it's gonna stop a little bit and then it's gonna charge you real fast, and you can use obstacles to actually hurt the boar. Also, adding AI pathfinding will be a good idea, because right now you can actually get them stuck behind obstacles. La 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 la. And for rabbits, I'd like to add rabbit holes and a bunch of traps, so you can actually trap smaller critters. I'd like to add squirrels as well, which are gonna be able to hide in trees. Rabbits are gonna be able to hide in their rabbit holes, and that's probably it. As you can see, I cannot enter the cave by just pressing my right mouse button here. The The area that's responsible for entering is somewhere around here, like on top of the tree. Yeah, there you go. And the game crashed because instances are not done at all. Null pointer exception, perfect. So yeah, the y-axis there is still not flipped, so I'm gonna have to revisit that and fix it. Alright, that's all I wanted to talk about. This one was 3 times longer than any of my devlogs, I guess, but it just shows that there's been a lot of progress that's not really visible in the game. Well, it actually is visible. The game doesn't work like it used to, and a lot of stuff is missing. But I'm really happy about the progress because I have learned a lot of stuff, and the main goal of this game or this project is to learn and challenge myself. Alright, I'm done with talking. See you guys next time.